Good morning, everyone. Of course, it probably won't be morning by the time you see this, but it's morning here. It's another foggy day here at the not-so-little house on the prairie. We got little Miss Skittles plugged in. She met me at the gate this morning. Yeah, she's ready to get this figured out now. We don't even have to play the game anymore. Is that what I want? Is that not what I want? Maybe it's not what I want, it's what I want. Nope, it's just like, yep, give me some. Feed me, Seymour. So, anyway, show you some of the fog. I'm sure everybody's seen fog, but anyway. Yeah. Little nip in the air. Not bad. I'm still out here in just my short sleeves. But just a little warning that the cool weather's coming. I'm gonna have to start preparing for that. I'm gonna have to make a trip or two down to Mom's and cut some wood for her. She was talking about getting a pellet stove, but I don't know, I haven't talked to her in a bit, so. Anyway, that's what's going on around here. Just the peacefulness of this time of the morning. I'm not paying much attention to my video work here. Kind of watching her and running my mouth. But, yeah. I like things about all the seasons. I think fall is probably my favorite, you know. Late September, early October, even up into November and December sometimes around here, it's comfortable. You know, it used to be all the hunting seasons were starting to open up. I used to really enjoy that. If you got to get out and work, you know, die a heat stroke. You know, of course, all the colors are nice. And I probably like spring next just because of the promise of newness, you know, the new beginnings. You know, you get to watch the grass green up and the flowers grow, and all of that stuff. You know, I like the summertime because the weather gets to be a little more stable. That's one thing I don't like about the spring is the storms. But I used to didn't mind the winter. Excuse me. I said I didn't used to mind the winter. But, you know, as I get older, cold weather hurts. It's just that simple. I didn't like driving in the snow and ice. Still not a big fan of it. I mean, I've always been able to do it. I just didn't like it. And, you know. But anyway. I was thinking a little bit ago, looking at my channel analytics, that fascinates me. I wished it updated quicker. And not just looking at the growth numbers of my channel, which is, you know, I'm growing. But looking at where some of you viewers are from, I mean, predominantly United States, but I know I have a couple in Australia. These are ones I've communicated with, I mean, personally. But my analytics say I got Indonesia. Shoot, I can't remember where else. But, you know, for a while, I had quite a few viewers in India. You know, that just fascinates me. I guess that's one of the cool things about YouTube. All right, you're all done. Yep, it's all done. Yeah. No, you don't need to wipe your slobbers on me. You're going to, though, aren't you? You're like a little kid. Get slobbers all over your mouth and wipe them on the nearest person. All right. Excuse the video, please. I got to get up. She has grown a lot. Look at that. Look how much wider she is. All right. Need to go have some grass with Butch now. Yeah, go back to eating grass with Butch. But anyway, as I was saying, you know, that just, it kind of amazes me that people all over the world are taking, you know, a little bit of time out of their day to watch me. Yeah, I got my chain hooked up wrong here this morning. My Skittles. She's got her nose in here. It don't help. All right, little girl. Like taking candy away from a kid. They don't like it. So anyway, if y'all would take another second or so, put down in the comments where you're from. You don't have to get specific. I don't want anybody's address. You know, near such and such town, or, you know, this county in this state, whatever. So that'd be kind of fun for me. Go through and look at those comments. So, okay, my Skittles is fed. Go in here and get me some breakfast. Try to figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. Didn't get a call to drive the bus this morning. And I'm just walking along here and I'm like, oh crap, did I leave my phone out there in the pen? That's what I'm recording this on. So there's a little insight into my little mind. So alright, I'll be back after a bit maybe. You know, the brat pack is out messing around this afternoon. Got one over here. They cracked me up. Making around saying hi to everybody. There's the Three Stooges wallowing around in the mud. Buddy Love and Well Done over here. Oh, that's one of the brat pack there. There's Buddy Love and Well Done. All the big pigs trying to stay cool over here. Got one up there in the shade, got one on the other side of the tank, and there's 4 over there. So the brat pack here. Good looking little boogers. That red and white one right there. About the center, she looks good. To me, this red one does too. None of them look bad. Guy's a little curious. Yeah. That one looks pretty good too. He's pretty chunky. Carabinog, the killer bunny, getting some fresh air today. She's not sure about it. #1 farmhand's cleaning up her tub she usually lives in. And now she's moving around. Let's do it this way. Yeah, she's finding something to eat there. We got a nosy cat over there. And we can't leave her outside in this. But checking things out. Checking the black kitty out. All the brat packs over here messing around. I don't know what he thinks he's up to, but cat's not sure what to think about it. A little bacon bit over there. They were eyeballing each other, but they decided they didn't want to. He's over there cleaning up the grain the guineas spilled, because that's where they were at for a couple days. Here she comes. She doesn't want me to think she's too interested. Yeah, she's gonna pick up the pace a little bit. Here we are. Silly little Skittles. Mr. Butch over there. Well, it's been a nice day here. The weather's been good. Oh, not much going on. I mean, I've done some stuff today, but nothing spectacular. Watered the pigs, the dogs, chickens. Even run the hose over here to these guys. Top their tank up. Worked on Carabinog's pen a little bit today. Done some work in the house. Just, some little stuff today. Oh man, she's feeling much better. She's crazy. Well, I tried to buy another bottle calf today, but the guy just wanted a little more than we were willing to pay right now. So he thought he probably had somebody that was going to buy it anyway, but yeah, it's one of them things. If it's supposed to happen, it'll happen. It would have been another heifer, which, right now I'm thinking buying heifers is investment into the future. I mean, that means calves. So. Cats are fighting somewhere. But anyway, yeah, I'd like to have another one or maybe two heifers. I'd like to get my hands on a Jersey or a Guernsey milk cow. That would be good. Especially if it was out of A2 breeding. It's got the A2. It's not really a protein, but something like that. Do a little research on the A2 milk. That's, some interesting stuff there. And I don't know how much we can contribute to the milk and how much is just he's maturing, but since we've been using the A2 milk, we've been buying it at Brahms, so it's still pasteurized, still whole milk. Well, I don't know if it's whole milk or not. I don't do milk too often. It's just me and it has issues, and I don't remember having a problem with it until I was like in my teens. So, but yeah, there's a lot of claimed health benefits to A2 milk. So you might check it out. I've read where people claim that, they were lactose intolerant and they found them some A2 milk. They can drink that. And, it's supposed to help a lot of things. The thing is, all milk was A2 at one time until they started breeding for milk production. Okay. Well, I tried to trick her into eating some grain here. She's still hungry, but evidently she's not. Oh, or at least she's not for the grain. She just stepped on my toe. She stomped on it. Now she's butting me in the leg. Silly little heifer. Yeah, you're a silly little heifer. Now, and get up close and personal. No, go on. All right. She's silly. Okay. Alrighty. Chores are all done for this evening. So it's about time for me to call it a day. You know, been talking a lot recently about being prepared, and you know, I think that's a good idea. And we ought to. There for a while, I was talking about building community, and I kind of got away from that. And what that means, it's not building. It can, but it's not like building a neighborhood or you know, a group of homes. You know, it's like finding like-minded people to deal with. Because it's not only like-minded, but people who have a similar mindset to you. People that have skills that could fill in the gaps of your skill set. Just, you know, some people you can count on. You know, I can't seem to grow vegetables very well. My neighbors over here, they do real good at it. Timmy, I'm gonna be walking here while I talk. You know, I realized earlier that I had taken video of almost every animal on the place, except for the hounds. This is Lady. Yeah. She's a pretty good old girl. Yeah. Have to get them in the woods here after a while. And Lady and Timmy are both registered Walker Coon hounds. And I think me and Ethan are gonna start putting them in the woods more this fall. Things cool down. Anyway, back to my community discussion here. Like I said, my neighbors to the south can grow good vegetables. They don't want to breed pigs. So we can work something out. Right now, it's to the point where they'll swap money for a pig. And that works. You know, they've bought at least 2 pigs from me. I can't remember. I want to say they bought more, but it's like 4 altogether. But anyway, you know, no matter. It's they're good neighbors too, just good neighbors. Kind of neighbors everybody wants. Okay, here's the chickens, and now I have taken video of every type of animal we have on the farm here today. So anyway, now that I got that out of the way, you know, we look out for each other. If they're going to be gone, they'll call us, hey, we're going to be out of town, because kind of keep an eye. Of course, you know, we live, it's just a hayfield between us. You know, it's a quarter-mile away, but it's, you know, a hayfield. So we keep an eye on things for them. They do the same for us. They have, you know, one time when Ethan was, oh, he was about 13. He might have been a little younger even. But anyway, he got scared, thought somebody was breaking in. So he called the police. You know, neighbor lady sees the police down here, calls me at work, and then volunteers to come down and find out what's going on. You know, she has, you know, let him stay over there after school. You know, it helped us out a lot. But anyway, you know, let's talk about community. People that you can count on. You know, it's, if what I'm seeing and hearing comes to pass, which I truly hope that it does not, we're going to need that. You know, we're going to need people we can count on. And we're going to need to be people that can be counted on. You know, and that's, I'm trying to do that and try to make a living off of it too, you know, right now. And, you know, I think it's important to try to make a living that way. You know, for those who can, you know, that, you know, have enough property, to, you know, a little bit enough knowledge on animals to get started, the ability to learn. But I'm trying to provide quality meat for people. It's better than you can get out of the grocery store. But anyway, and that's what I consider my contribution, one of my contributions to this community we're trying to build. You know, for roughly $600-700, depending on size, I can sell you a pig, and you can get it processed and have good quality pork for months, depending on how much pork you eat. Me, I could eat a lot. But anyway, but, you know, that's providing a service to the community. No, it's not charity. Yes, I'm trying to make money at it. But I don't make a lot of money at that price point. You know, it takes, I have to maintain a small herd of pigs. Right now I have 2 boars and 5 sows, 6 sows. But they have to be fed even when they don't have babies. You know, the gestation period on a pig's 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. Give or take, but you can almost set your watch by it. They got to be fed during that period. They got to be fed while the next 4 weeks while they're feeding those babies. So there's 5 weeks before I see any money. It's all money going out. This is just a explanation, not excuses. And then I can sell that one of them babies, which is where I make the most money on per pig. For right now, September 7th, 2022. You'll probably see down below here, or maybe up above, if I'm wrong. You'll definitely see it at the start. I've seen it at the start of the video, but anyway, that don't matter. You know, because I can sell one today for $80 at 4 weeks old. But if somebody wants to grow one out, well, then we're looking at 6 to 8 months. You know, and then that is also going to depend on if I can get a butcher date. You know, that stretches it out. If I have to go any longer, that's extra feed I got to put into it. You know, and I'm still feeding those 2 boars and those 6 sows. And that's just the way it is. And I knew that coming in. You know, you can't hardly nail down the numbers. You know, the level my operation is. Because I can't buy enough feed at one time to get a set price for, say, a year or even 6 months. You know, I've seen my feed price. I have to buy 2,000 pounds of feed every 13 days. So, you know, that's $800 a month. And that's just to maintain, you know. And that's before I make a dime. And, you know, the word's getting out. We're growing. But it takes time. So, you know, raising livestock isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not even, you're not even likely to get rich at it. But I don't want to get rich. I want to make a living. Just a good, honest living. You know, have a little bit of flexibility in my work schedule. You know. But, you know, like I said, right now I'm charging $400 for. Okay, so I got interrupted. That's all right. You know, but there's a value to these things. And as you're putting together your community, you know, preferably friends and family, and maybe, you know, you have a little insight into what it takes to do this. You know, those cows out there, takes 18 to 24 months to get one up to butcher size. And then, you know, I was talking earlier about getting heifers and, you know, having calves. Well, you know, that's even longer to get the meat, you know. First, you've got to, you know, where I'm at now, I could have went out and bought some heifers that are bred, you know, just got to wait on them to have a calf. But that's more expensive. And sometimes, you know, when you start small on a budget, you know, you don't take the quick route because it costs you more. So, you know, you take that heifer out there, Skittles. Not a cow person. You know, my folks raised a milk cow and a calf, but, you know, they didn't try to raise beef cattle too awful much. You know, Dad worked for a farmer on the side for a while. And, you know, he'd give us a calf to raise, or, you know, I think he didn't give it. Dad worked for it. You know, it was just his way of paying him because he couldn't pay him in money. And there's a lot of that happened back in the 70s. And the further back you go in history, the more that happened. And I think we're going to see more of it happening. That's why I keep talking about community. That's why I'm talking about community today. Is so the people you can barter with, trade with, swap out some work for, some pork chops. Or, maybe I could trade some pork chops for some tomatoes or something, You just never know. I can remember, and I wish I had paid attention and learned all that stuff. I learned some, but not enough. I'm ahead of, I think, most people in this country, but I'm still behind because I did not want to learn that. I was like most people. Hey, why do I need to grow it? I can go buy it at the grocery store. Well, one, it tastes better if I grow it. Two, it's a healthier product. I mean, you can go find the research on that. The American farmer knows how to. The United States corporate farmers know how to get the most production, not necessarily the best taste or the most nutritious. Go look it up. Most of your, I'm not even going to go into it. It just, I need to quit going down these rabbit trails and stick to what I wanted to talk about here, which is community, building community. Maybe you can fix flats. You can trade a trade a flat repair for, 5 pounds of hamburger. I mean, that's all we're doing anyway. Just money makes where you can go anywhere. You don't have to sell, you don't have to have the skill the guy needs or the product the guy needs. Say you need somebody that can fix your car. Well, I can't fix your car. Not anymore. It was a time I probably could have, but all these computers and sensors and no, never was that good to begin with. I was good enough to get by. I never claimed to be a mechanic, but could keep my old junk running. So, the guy needs his car fixed. I can't fix his car. But I know a guy that wants a pig that can fix the car. So I trade this guy a pig to go fix that guy's car. And then that guy trades me, whatever it is he has to offer. Maybe it's, I don't know, bookkeeping, and that's community. And government does not have to be involved in that. That's between two people, period. And that's the way it ought to be. And, I know why most Americans have gotten away from farming. It's hard work, low return. I mean, you can drive out to the country and see these big, huge tractors and, these big, huge fields of corn or wheat or soybeans or whatever they grow. Man, they must be making the money. No, they're not. I mean, they're making money, they're making a living, and maybe they're good enough at it, and they've got their system down to where they can make a decent living at it, but they're not getting rich. I mean, and some of them are in debt, would just amaze you. And that's the sad part. And the average the last I heard, the average age of the American farmer is 60. Think about that. Most people in the United States want to retire at 65. And I look around here in my area, and I'm thinking that, yeah, that average is probably pretty close. I mean, we've just basically started our farm, and I'm 57. There's guys out here that I know are in their 70s, pushing 80. It's because it's all they know. They're still out there doing it. And, there's so many barriers to starting a farm now. I mean, between the government regulations and, it's crazy. And it's all in the name of safety. And even with all of the stringent rules and regulations we have, and we're still having problems with our food system. You're seeing recalls on food from these corporate farms, which are supposed to be safer than my farm. But they're recalling food for salmonella and so many other things. Obviously the system's not working. But I'm headed down a rabbit trail. I need to get back where I belong. Community. And community's a lot of things. I've been watching a lot of prepper stuff lately, and they talk about MAGs, mutual aid groups, and that's all right. And that's part of community, finding people that are willing to help. Like I said, my dad had a guy, he worked with a farmer that, he worked full time. He ran a dairy operation, ran a few beef cattle, put up his own hay. He did row crops. I don't see how the man slept. But anyway, but he had people that helped. For one, that's how it worked back then. People were willing to come out and help. And, like I said, he'd give us a beef, or he gave us our milk cow, our last milk cow we had. We got it from him. He didn't give it to us. Dad earned it. Dad'd go out there, had free time. He'd go out there and, help him clear a fence row, or help him get his beans in, or help him haul hay, whatever, And, he couldn't afford to pay money, so beef, or we could go cut firewood on his place. Allowed us access. One time he lived on the Spring River, allowed us access to the river on his place. We went camping there once. But you're seeing what I'm saying here, I hope. And that's why I end a lot of my videos with, look out for each other. Let's help each other when we can. And now think about this. And I hope people's paid attention this long. I know most of my videos, they don't get this far in. But anyway, helping somebody, we've got this notion in our head anymore, and I'm not sure when it started, but to help somebody, you got to throw money at them. No. And there's also the notion on the other side of that coin that the only way you can help me is to throw money at me. Now, I don't need money. Maybe I need you to come out here and help me tie this fence off, or, whatever, And then maybe I can help you by giving you some pork chops, or maybe even a whole pig if you help me a lot, At the price of meat in the stores, all you're doing anyway is trading your time out of your life for dollars. It's And that's all you're doing. You're just trading your time for money. And, you know, let's say, worst case scenario, our economic system collapses. I don't think that'll happen, but you never know. But let's say it does for the sake of argument. We've got all these dollars, we've got this money in the bank and, you know, cash. It won't be worth nothing. Not a thing. So why chase the dollar? Why not let's take a step back? And I think this is coming. I really do, to where, you know, especially here in flyover country, that term used to bother me. It doesn't bother me anymore, because if that's the way you look at this, the center of the country, keep on flying. There's no loss here. Anyway, I'm going to have to wrap this up because I'm about to run out of time on my phone. You know, let's get this started. There's nothing wrong with going and helping somebody. You know, and, you know, trade some of your labor, your time, and you might find, one, it's enjoyable, and two, you like it. You might want to start doing that. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. That's enough of my, I'm going to step down off my soapbox now. If you've watched this far and you like what I've had to say, please leave me a comment. And also earlier, I believe in this video, yeah, it was this morning, a long time ago, I asked if you could just put in the comments where you're from. I just, general area, I don't want your address, not interested in your address. Unless you're giving away some, you know, Jersey cows or, you know, something. Anyway, so do that. Let's have a little fun there. And I'm going to go ahead and wind it up with, so look out for each other. Let's help each other when we can. Let's pray. There's a lot of prayers needed. And if you've watched this far, thank you. I appreciate it very much. And we'll catch you probably tomorrow.